Alrighty guys, good afternoon. Madman Mondello coming at you live from the Garden Garage here in beautiful Alabama. Okay, Mr. Jarrett Fields. Okay, now Jarrett, he went ahead and wanted to do a console send-in, which he did. Okay, and as you can see, I got this big blue freaking Jasper on my desk. Right now, I was conversing with Jasper over the phone messenger because, he left his phone number, of course, with the order. So I was able to show him how I was building this thing. And then finally he said, I told him I was going to go live on Facebook. He's like, oh, cool. And I'm like, wait a minute, do you have a Facebook? And he's like, yeah. Like, son of a bitch, why didn't you freaking send me a friend request in the beginning? Anyway, okay. Jarrett, I'm going to kill you, man. Anyway, okay, so I went ahead and we RGH this thing. Now, mind you, he sent it in with a 60 gigabyte hard drive. Now that is really small, as in SMall, for an RGH, because you can go up to 2 terabytes with these crazy things if you want. Okay, more often than not, 250 gig is like the standard. That's still small to me. 500 is good. But hey, it is what it is. Some people just play NCAA football, and that's what he wanted on this thing was NCAA football 14 college football revamped mod, in which I did. So anyway, I took his drive and I didn't do anything to it except I added some programs to it that this thing is going to need, okay? And Jarrett, please watch this video, okay? Because I know that this is your first RGH and you're going to be like, what the hell is all this, okay? So, all right, I'm just going to tell you, please watch this video. Very important, okay? All of it, every bit of it. So anyway, what we did was we loaded up, and by the way, I did fix your drive tray. Because your belt looks like an egg, all right? Not cool, all right? I'm sitting there trying to open the tray up, it's not opening. I'm going like, what the hell? And, so anyway, we cleaned it up, got it all done, put a cool runner Rev C on it, all right? RGH 1.2 method, okay? CR4 speed up. It's all done, ready to go. So I'll tell you what, we'll boot it up, okay? And I want you to pay attention to the screen now, okay? Now, RGH 1.2, it boots like a beast, okay? You're not going to have any problems booting this crazy thing, all right? Now, all right, we're booting up. We're going to get into a FSD dash, which is going to be like your normal dash that you're going to see now because this is, like I said, you're new to this. It's, it's going to be a little different as you can see, all right? You'll notice it says welcome to Alliance because you're not actually on Xbox Live. Well, you are. But it's conversing through my stealth server, which without a stealth server, you would ban the KV instantly because it's a modified bootloader, and we don't want to do that, okay? So anyway, here we are. This is our normal dashboard. Now, I'm going to take you through this. I added some stuff to it, all right? And you had games on here already. I didn't touch them, didn't touch your profiles or anything like that. Just went ahead and did what I had to do to it, okay? So, let's go ahead. We'll sync up a controller. Okay, we'll walk through this thing, all right? Now, under emulators, okay, you got some emulators. You got Game Boy Advance, you got MAME, Genesis Plus 360, back to Game Boy Advance, okay? MAME plays everything under the sun. Anything old school back to like 1976 or 77, whatever, Pong, okay? It can play it. It's there, okay? Including a whole bunch of games. There's over 7,000 ROMs on there. So if you're into stand-up arcade games, I'm going to show you this. Alright, you got Mega Drive, which is Genesis Plus 360. Yes, it plays Sega Genesis games too. And it plays Game Boy Advanced. Okay? That's what I can fit on it anyway. Alright? You've got no Xbox Classic games on here because they will not fit. You've only got 1.5 gigabytes left on this thing. Okay? So, it's small, man. Alright, your homebrew section. This is where the tools reside. Okay? I'm going to tell you right now, don't go near this one. And for the love of God, don't go near that one either. Okay? If we ever have a dashboard update, I will update the dash. I'll update the NAND for you remotely, send it to you. You just pop it in, boot it with eject. It'll find the new update and it will apply it to the console. Okay? Don't mess around with that shit, please. All right, Xbox Live Arcade. Okay, you've got some arcade games on here. They were already on there. Okay, I couldn't add any more because, like I said, 60 gigs, man. I'm kind of constricted here. All right, and then of course you got your Xbox 360 games. Now, these were on here already. Okay, and in fact, this needs to go. We'll move that. We'll put that in the homebrew section. Okay. Now you got Call of Duty Elite, Call of Duty 4, that needs to go into the homebrew section. There we go. And this one too. Okay? So we'll put that all in the homebrew section, so that way you can go to the homebrew section, there you go. And here's your games, okay, that were on here. Alright, except for NCAA Football 14. Alright, and what I did was, yes, I have your NCAA Football 13. Okay? You can rip, this is a disc you gave me that was in there. Okay, so we can rip that right to the hard drive if you want, but of course the hard drive is way too small to handle it, so you can't rip it. But you can, alright, because there's a tool for that, which is on this dashboard, which happens to be right here, okay? And that, you can rip a disc right from there, right to the hard drive, and play it without the disc, alright? So anyway, okay, look, we're back out of here. Okay, now as you can see, there's your games right there, okay? Now, to get to the original Xbox 360 dashboard, you go to the homebrew section right here. You go to Xbox 360 dashboard, hit the A button, hit it again. Alright, now, you're going to see my stealth server pop up. And you got 30 reserve days left on it, which means that you have 30 days, and they're reserve days. So as you use the console, that's as the time goes down. Okay? If the console is off, it's going to stop the time. Okay? Just so you know. Alright, if you want to get more time, you can hit up Lorraine Meadows Rhodes, or you can hit up myself. Ain't no big deal. Alright, I'm going to get your time on here. Excuse me. So anyway, got it? Good. As you can see, all of your profiles are up. Marry me, Callie. Interesting. I'm not going to go there. Then we have Squirrel. Okay. Anyway, okay. So here's your profiles right here. Okay, there's one profile I got on there, and you got more. Alright, so anyway, we'll bypass that. You will see it is up, it is online, it is live. It looks nothing like Xbox Live because we're going through my stealth server, okay? If you hit the guide button, alright, and you go over to the 5th tab right here, there are cheats here that are on the server itself. If you have BO2, you can enable a cheat there, okay? And of course, it works. It has Ghost cheats, Modern Warfare 3 cheats, and Modern Warfare 2 cheats, okay? Now, I don't know what games you got, okay? And, you know, like I said, I couldn't put anything else on here because it's way too small, so, you know, pretty much, you know, there you go. But there's cheats available for it, alright? Now, we'll bring this back to FSC Dash by hitting Xbox Home, okay? Now, just so you can see, alright, what I'm going to do here is this. Alright, I'm going to show you what's on here with College Football Revamped, okay? And you will see how this works, okay? So, I'm going to sign in with the profile that I've got on there, okay? There we are. Alright, and now I'm going to go to Xbox 360 games. Okay, now this is an offline profile. It's not on live, okay? But, you know, because I don't go on live with your console. I just don't. So anyway, NCAA Football 14. Hit it. Hit A. Hit it again. And it's going to start up, and it's going to start up way different than EA Sports, okay? You'll see this dude walking down the hallway. There he is, okay? There's the dude running, okay? There's this guy. He's about to get his nuts smashed in by a freaking helmet. Alright, and you got this guy breaking his collarbone. Okay? Anyway, as you can see, yeah. It's there. I'm going to tell you right now. Go to College Football Revamped GitHub. Okay? Google it. There is a whole bunch of instructions. And there is also stuff on there like the roster links, okay? People, you know, changing colors of team jerseys, all that crap and everything. It's all on there. And it explains also if there is an update, how to update it and everything, okay? You know, because the console is going to be in your possession, which means you're going to have to update this thing. Alright, so when they come out with an update, in which they come out normally with an update, you're going to have to go there and you're going to have to keep up with that website, okay? Keep up with the GitHub. College Football Revamped GitHub, okay? Google it. You'll find it. No problems, okay? So anyway, we'll start the match here. We'll start this up, okay? I'm going to go to the hard drive. You only got 1.5 gigabyte left, man. That's running it really slim right there. Okay, I mean real slim, like anorexic, okay? Just letting you know. Alright, now look. Play now. Okay, of course, you got Saban and all his crap right there, if you like them. But I see that you're a Kentucky fan, so. You got your Dynasty, your Road to Glory. Okay, your 2020 season, Ultimate Team, Team Management, Settings, Xbox Live, okay, My NCAA Legacy, and of course, EA Sports Extras College Football Revamped. Alright, this is fully loaded and ready to go. Like I said, what you need to do, go to the GitHub, okay, and make sure you read because it's all laid out for you right there. You can't miss it. All right, so but it's ready to go. Get your profile on there and go. It's that simple. All right. So now we'll go ahead. We'll get out of there. Now what I'm going to do here. All right. I'm going to also show you another thing here. Okay. Quickly. Okay. Your emulator. Whoop. I signed in. Damn it. I forgot to change the skin on that. By the way, there's skins on here that you can change as well. Okay. You just go down to skins and you change it whenever you're signing your character, whatever you want, including Victoria Cruz. We won't go there. Okay. And then you just hit reboot now, and it'll reboot and it'll bring it back to the skin that we were on. Okay, so you can change the skins on this thing and everything. It's a pretty simplistic dashboard. Okay, so here we go. We're loading up. All right, now I'm going to show you another thing here. Okay, with emulators. Okay, look under emulators. Okay, now you can play anything you want. I'm going to use main for example. Okay, main plays everything. All right, and you're going to see this. Okay, because it's going to load up. Here you go. There it is. All right. Now, you have got here, there's your main. Okay, now, the right trigger, page by page going down for all the ROMs, and it keeps going and going. There's over 7,000 ROMs on there. Okay? All different games, as you can see. From consoles, from stand-up arcade games, everything. Okay, it's all right there. All right? A to launch the game. Y is options if you want to add an external drive to this thing and add more ROMs to it or whatever. Okay? While you're in the game, you can hit both thumbsticks in. It'll bring up a sub-menu. You can adjust the video on it and all that kind of good stuff. If there's a mod menu for it, you can use it. Okay, And then to exit, just hit the guide button, bring it back, and that'll take it back to FSD dash. All right? So, all the emulators work that same way. Okay? So every one of those emulators work. Okay? And they all have their own ROMs and everything. So you'll be good to go there. All right? Now, that that's done. All right. Now what I'm going to do, okay, is I'm going to show you, all right, how to get this thing online. Well, no, let's do this. Let's go through copying, pasting files and folders and all that stuff, okay? Because you're going to need to do this, all right? Because if you have an update like for College Football Revamped, well, you're going to need a computer or a phone or whatever, an FTP, or you can use a USB stick if you have a computer, all right? And what you would do is you would get a maximum 64 gig USB stick. You place it in your computer. You would format it FAT32. Okay, by right clicking on it, open it up, format, and then use file allocation table 32. Alright, and then you would take your update or your game or your KV or whatever and place it on here if you need to replace your KV or whatever. Alright, you put it on a USB stick. Okay, and then you shove the USB stick into the Xbox. And then what you do is you go down to this little thing called File Manager. Okay, and you'll notice the right window pane and the left window pane. Okay, now let's say you wanted to copy a menu over. Alright, really easy. Okay, we're going to go from right to left. So we're going to select HDD1, which is your hard drive. Okay, now the root of the drive right here. This is where all your plugins go, your infamous KV.bin, which is the identity of this Xbox, so on and so forth. Okay, this is all your stuff right here. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we want to copy a file over, okay? So we'll go down here, and you'll see the little arrow down here. Well, there's your USB stick right there. You hit A, okay? Now, let's say you wanted to copy a menu over, all right? And, well, let's see here. Right here, okay? So you want to copy that menu over to the hard drive and then put it in the Dash Launch plugin, okay? Well, it's pretty easy to do. All you got to do is mark it with X, bring it over here, hit LB, which is the left button above the trigger, and then all you gotta do is just hit A. Okay? And it copied it. You see what I'm saying? Alright, now, if you want to delete it from the hard drive, well, hold LB, highlight it, hit B. Yes. And it'll delete it. Okay? When you hit LB, these controls come into play. When you hit RB, these controls come into play. But if you hit RB, you're going to copy from here to here. Okay? Pretty simplistic, alright? It's a very simple file manager. Okay? That's one way to copy files and folders over to this thing. Alright? Now, here we go. Alright, now, if you want to copy and paste, okay, files, folders, updates, and all that stuff over, alright, well, you can do it from your computer as well. Alright, you can use a program called WinSCP, which is FTP. If you're running Linux, you can use FileZilla, which is FTP. Or, okay, you can use Xbox 360 Neighborhood for Windows, which, pretty much is an SDK, which allows you to connect to, JTAGs and RDHs and all that stuff. Or what you can do is if you have a phone, you can download an FTP client from the Play Store, put it on there, and contact the Xbox that way as well. All right? I'm going to show you how to do this, okay? I'm going to show you on the computer how to do this. You'll notice your IP address, which is 192.168.1.10, okay? Now, all right, let me bring that over there. That way then you can see. Okay, here's your IP address of this Xbox right here. Okay, we're going to swap over to my computer now. All right, I'm going to grab hold of my keyboard. And what I'm going to do is, if you need to download WinSCP, just Google WinSCP and download it. It's free. Install it. If you need, Xbox 360 Neighborhood, well, you can Google Xbox 360 Neighborhood, download SDK, latest version, download it and install it. Okay, it's free. It's all over the damn place. You can't miss it. All right. So anyway, let's go into FTP here. We're going to go to Windows and we're going to go to WinSCP right here. Okay, there it is. Okay, we'll open it up. Now, you're going to pick the profile, the protocol, protocol, not profile. Okay, protocol of FTP right here. It's going to automatically pick port 21, which is good. Okay, the host name, 192.168.1.10. Okay, then you're going to type in username, Xbox. Your password is going to be Xbox. All right, we'll log in. There's your directory right there. Stay out of the flash. Don't go near the flash. Okay, that is the operating system. If you remove something from there, you can't write it back. You will brick the console. Do not go in there. You're going to go to HED1. Okay? Now, as you can see, there's your plugins, the root of the file folder right there. Under the games folder, you will see Ncaa Football 14. There is it. There's all your program. There's the actual game disc right there. Okay? So on and so forth. Okay? If there's an update, these are going to be the six files that you're going to be updating. Okay? So, if you get a new update, just grab hold of them over here, drag them, drop them, put them in this folder, update done. Pretty simple, okay? But anyway, all right, if you want to, let's see here. Okay, so you want to copy a file over or whatever, it's very simple. I'm going to explain it to you. Here you go. Left click, hold it, bring it over here, and you see the plus right there. It means it's going to, once I drop it, well, it's going to go there. See? And there it is, okay? Then to delete a file, left click on it, right click on it, hit delete, okay? And you're good. Pretty simple, right? Okay, so that's how you can copy files and folders over to this site. All right, that's how you can do your updates through your computer and all that without having to use a USB stick. You could do it wirelessly or wired, it doesn't matter. Okay, so anyway, we're going to get out of here now. All right, now I'm going to show you Neighborhood. Okay, Neighborhood is this right here. Okay, you download the Xbox 360 Neighborhood SDK, latest version. All right, install it on your computer just like you would a normal program. All right, and here it is. Now, what we're going to do is I'm going to get rid of this one because it doesn't exist anymore. It's not on my network. Okay, and I'm going to add an Xbox 360 to the Neighborhood. Double click on it, hit next, type in the IP, or type in JTAG. For your instance, type in JTAG because it's the only one that's on your network. I'm going to use the IP address right here because I got a bunch of Xboxes that are running that some of them people don't need to see right now. 192.168.1.10. Okay? So, either way, there we go. All right, now I'm not going to make this my default, but you are. Okay, so you hit yes, I'm going to hit no. All right? Then we're going to finish. There's your JTAG right there. Now, if you right-click on it, you can open, explore, reboot, screen capture, synchronize time, security, set as default Xbox 360, delete, and properties. Okay? To open it up, double-click on it. Okay? And this thing sometimes takes its sweet time, sometimes it doesn't. Okay, just the way that this program is. All right? Now, as I said, don't mess around in here, okay? What I want you to do is I want you to mess around in here. Volume HCD1. Double click on it, okay? Now it's going to open it up, hopefully. It is Windows, remember that. This is Microsoft, okay? All right, now, there's all of our files and folders and all that crap, okay? Now we want to copy a folder over or a file or whatever. Okay, so we open up another instance of Explorer right here, and it'll nicely put it right over Neighborhood where it doesn't need to be, but that's okay. Go to desktop. Now we're going to grab this file right here again. Left click, hold it, bring it over here. And you see where it says copy? Okay, now to copy it, right? But if you put it over one of these things right here, well, it won't let you copy it. You can also place it in the folder. So if you have your update for, like, let's say College Football Revamped, they come out with an update or whatever, you go over here, and then what you do is you go into the games folder, double click on the games folder. Well, I'll show you anyway, okay? Wait a minute. Look, just a copy from here to the root directory on the hard drive. Just drag it and drop it. There it is. To delete it, right click on it, delete, yes, and it's gone. Okay, now if you want to do your update for NCAA football, let's say they have the update, let's say you downloaded the 6 files that they update all the time, all right, no problem. All you do is go into games, then go into NCAA football 14, all right, you grab your 6 files from here, you bring it over here, and you drag and you drop, okay, and because they're on there already, it's going to say, you want to overwrite these things, you're going to hit yes, update done, that's it, okay, very simple, very simplistic. Okay? That's how you copy files, folders, and all that stuff over to this crazy thing. Alright? Now, okay, now that we got that all squared away, okay, we're back out of here, we're back out of here. Alright, now look, to get this thing online for the first time, this is very important that you pay attention to this instruction. Hey, Tyler, how are you, man? I'm doing good, brother. I'm doing good. It's very important that you pay attention to this, because if you don't, you're not going to get it online. You're going to get very frustrated very quickly. Okay, so please pay attention to this. All right, it's rather important. All right, to get this crazy thing online. All right, there's a special way to do it for the first time. You only have to do this once. Okay, or if you take it to somebody else's house, all right, you got to get on their network, then you got to do it again. And then when you bring it back to your house, then you got to do it again. But you only do this once if it's sitting at your house and you don't have to worry about it. Okay, now listen, this is what you got to do here. Okay, well. When you first get this thing, do not just power it on and go. That's not going to work, okay? What you have to do is you have to get it on the network first, all right? Make sure the console's powered off. Plug in your power supply, plug in your HDMI cord, get your controller ready. Now, I'm using a wireless adapter because, you see, if I used a wired connection right here, well, what would happen is I wouldn't have been able to show you FTP and all that other stuff because that is on a subnet. That is not part, it's actually part of the network, but it's not. Like, it's a private subnet that I got going on there because there's a bunch of stuff on there that people don't need to see. All right. However, though, that's how I bridge, with a regular connection. I'm gonna show you how to do that. If you got a wireless connection or a wired connection, doesn't matter, it's the same thing. Okay. If you got a wireless connection, plug it in, all that happy nonsense. All right. Gives it wireless capabilities, which is really cool. All right. Anyway, the first thing you're going to do before you go ahead and power this thing on is you're going to remove your hard drive. Okay? Just like that. Place it up. Man, you put the sticker on, you got bubbles in it. I'm going to kick your ass for that. All right, now. Anyway, leave the hard drive up there. Power the console on. Okay? Now, what's going to happen is this thing is going to boot. Okay? What you just did. And now it's going to go to the original dashboard. You're not going to have the fancy dashboard anymore or anything, or the server or anything, because that's all on here. Okay, but we have to get it on your local area network. Now, the only way to do that is we go up, we go over, we go to settings, we go to system, we go to network settings, okay, and there is my Wi-Fi access point right here. If you're on a Wi-Fi access point, it's going to pop up over here. Click on it and put your password in. When you do that, test the Xbox Live connection. We're looking for a check mark and 2 red X's, okay? And that's what we got, which is great. Now, normally with a stock console, no, that's bad, okay, all right? But with an RGH, that's good. Okay, why? We're protecting the KV. That's what Dash Launch is doing right now. It's blocking the internet and Xbox Live. Because as I said before, if you directly connect to an Xbox Live server, without a stealth server, it will ban the KV immediately. They will know that it is a modified bootloader, and you will be gone within minutes, okay? So, let's avoid banning the KV, okay? And, of course, you can always get another KV. They're like $3.50 or whatever. People sell them all over the place, including my wife. All right, so, if you ever need a KV, hey, there you go. Anyway, okay? What we're doing here now is we have a check mark, 2 red X's. We're connected to our router. That's good, okay? That's what we want. Then what we want to do is we want to power the console off, okay? Then, once the console powers, I hate background downloads. Why do you have that enabled? I'll kick you. All right, take the hard drive, okay? Put it back on the 360. You'll see it with a click, just like that. Now, most importantly, after you put that hard drive back on there, is I want you to pull this power cord and leave this sucker out for 5 minutes. You got to clear the DNS, okay? If you don't know what that is, that's domain name server. All right, the TCP buffers are going to be all screwed up when you do this, okay? So, we need to leave this out 5 minutes, okay? Me, I'm going to plug it back in because it's already on my network, so the TCP matches, so it should work. Notice I said should. It's a Microsoft product. Sometimes it's left me high and dry and had to sit there for 5 minutes waiting for it to reset, or I had to reset it with a LAN cable, okay? So, just leave it out, 5 minutes, that's it. Me, I'm plugging it back in. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to power it. After 5 minutes is up, you power it back on, all right? Now, when the console boots, okay, and which it will, let me take the controller. There it goes. Like I said, RGH 1.2, you can't beat this. All right, you're going to see the green stuff moving around, then that's going to stop. Okay? Then you're going to hear the fan speed kick up. FSD dash is going to come into play. And then you're going to see your plugins coming across your screen, which is really cool. Alright? Because that means that you're connected to the internet. Doesn't mean you're connected to live yet. Alright? But it does mean that you're connected to the internet. Okay? You're locked on my server. Life is good. Now, alright. We're going to make sure that we're connected to the internet. I mean to live now. So what do? We go over to the homebrew section right here. Okay? And like I said, you're only going to do this once. Go to Xbox 360 dashboard, hit the A button, hit it again. A square with your name should pop up, just like that. If you don't get that square, you get the spinning circle. You didn't leave it unplugged long enough. You got to leave it unplugged for 5 minutes. Okay. So you get the square, got it, good. Then you can sign in your profiles. Now I'm going to tell you right now. I see that you have retail profiles on this thing. Okay. Listen to me and listen good. I suggest that you go to xboxlive.com/live. Make a modest profile, because if you care about these profiles, if you've got money into them, you got all that stuff and everything else, well, let's say you go in, let's say you get on BO2 and you start using the cheats and you piss a bunch of people off. Well, they can report you and say, hey man, he's modding, blah, 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 and Xbox is going to look at it and go, oh, really? And then ban the profile. So I don't want to see your profiles get banned, okay? So, what you're going to do, alright, is you're going to go to xboxlive.com/live, make a modest profile. Think up a silly name, think up a silly password, and make it on the computer or on your phone or whatever, alright? When you do that, okay, what you're going to do is you're going to download your profile. Okay, after you submit your silly name profile and your silly modders account and everything, then what you do is you put your password, well, when you download it, you go ahead, you put your password and everything, hit download profile, and it will download. Okay? Once it downloads, it's going to look like this. Okay? Signing in. And it's going to spin it around. And you can see the spinning circle of death. Then the profile is going to sign in. There it is. Life is good. Boom. And everything is good. Now, in the event that if you should have a problem downloading your profile, which does happen, okay? You can get an internet failure or whatever, and it gets corrupted. And you're sitting at the download screen for 15 minutes. All right, there's a problem. It corrupted. So we have to fix it. All right, so we just hit the B button to go back. And then what we do is we go up, we go over, we go to settings, we go to system. We go to storage settings. We select it. We go to the hard drive, okay? What do? We select that. We go into the profiles, okay? Here's your profiles underneath here, okay? Now, what you're going to do is the profile that you downloaded, which is going to come up underneath here or somewhere, okay? You're going to highlight it, and then what you're going to do is you're going to click it, and then you're going to move down to delete, and you're going to hit A, and you're going to delete it right off the hard drive, okay, because it's no good anyway. Then you're going to back out of here, you're going to back out of here. Then what you're going to do, you're going to back out of here, you're going to leave the hard drive highlighted. Then you're going to hit Y. You're going to clear the system cache. You're going to do it once, and then we're going to do it twice. Okay? Pretty simple. Back out of here, up, over, social, sign in, sign out. Alright? Re-download the profile, and it will download. Once it downloads, you're good to go. Hit the guide button, go back to Xbox Home, and pretty much there you are. That was one of those things that you got to do. Alright? If you ever put on this thing downloadable content or, XBLA or whatever, and it's not signed to this console, you have to unlock it. Okay, now there's a program in here. See if I can find it. Yep, XM360. Okay, you're going to click on that and open it up. It's building a content list of everything that's on your hard drive right now, your XBLA and your downloadable content. Okay? And we're going to make sure that it's all unlocked to this console. Alright? We'll give it a second. It takes a second for it to run. Alright? And then it's going to throw a list up. Alright? Hopefully any day now. We'll see. There it is. Okay, there's all your XBLA and everything else. Now, unlock XBLA. Just click on that. Hit A. 0 files unlocked. They're already unlocked to the console, obviously. Okay, so that's good. Then, show DLC. There's all your DLC. Alright? And then what we'll do is we'll go down. Well, no, we'll leave it at all. D-pad over. Unlock DLC. Hit A. It's already unlocked. Life is good. Okay, once you're done, exit the dash, back out of there, and pretty much now you're good to go and you can run around and do whatever it is that you want to do. Alright? Now, I'll show you something else too. Okay? Once we get back to FSD dash, here we go. Now, just in case you don't have a wireless adapter, okay, we're going to use a wired connection. Okay? So, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to disconnect the wireless adapter. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to plug in the wired connection. Okay? Now that's done. Let's restart this thing. You're going to notice a different IP address now. Okay? Which is going to boot back up, and you will see a different IP address. Alright? Now, I'm doing this for a reason, because I know that you were brand new to this, so I don't want to see you get all messed up. Alright, there's your IP address right there. Now it's 10.42.0.81. Completely different subnet and everything else, okay? But it's a wired connection and I bridge it through my computer. Now, if you have a wired connection and you want to get this thing back online, okay, it's very simple, as I'm going to show you, okay? With the wired connection. Just because. I know it's repetitive, but if I don't show you, then that's on me. And if something should happen, then that's on me. So I don't want that to happen. You see what I'm saying? I do care, you know. So, again, pull the hard drive, power the console on. Console's going to boot. Okay, here we go. And we're going to get to the original dashboard once again. Just showing you this just because. This is with the wired adapter now. This is with the LAN cable. Settings, system, network settings, wired connection, test Xbox Live connection. Just like that. You're going to get a check mark into red X's just like you should. There you go. Same thing as the Wi-Fi, just with a wire. Okay? Once that's done, power it off again. All you got to do, take the hard drive, plug it back in. Okay? Pull the cord, leave it out 5 minutes, plug it back in. After 5 minutes, power it on. Okay? Sync your controller. The system will boot. And it's going to run to FSD dash. And hopefully now, okay, now that I did that, it might screw up the DNS completely. I'm not sure because I did it so quick. But no, we got a lock. Okay? Boot now. Here comes the plugins. And pretty much everything is right with the world. We'll go to Homebrew, make sure that it's online. By going to the Xbox 360 dashboard, hit the A button, hit it again. There you are. There's your square. And you're online. Okay? Pretty simple, right? Okay, bring this back to FSD dash. One more thing I want to go through with you before I leave you, because I really want you to understand this, like I said. I know, man. I know, Tyler. Believe me, I do. Alright, now. Alright, I'm going to show you something here. Homebrew section. Dash launch. Okay? Open that up. You will notice paths. That's it. That's the startup freestyle dash. That's your default right there. You can press button X. That'll bring you to FX menu. Button Y will bring you to the regular dashboard. Alright? Now, Oh my god, I'm sorry, I backed out of that. Didn't mean to do that, but just to show you here. Alright, let it go back to FSD dash. Here we go. I'm going to explain something about plugins. Okay? Look. When you go into Dash Launch here, let's say that you have a menu that you want to use. Well, if it's a menu that goes on a root or drive, okay, and its own XEX, well, you got to set it as a plugin. So you'll go right here. Okay? Now, you always leave XBDM alone. Do not remove that from the console. Period. And leave it in plugin 1. You see? There's your server. Okay? That runs that, and that lets you connect to Xbox Live and all that. JRPC2, you can load as many menus as you want in this thing if you use that. Okay? I suggest that you Google, you have JRPC2, comes with all the instructions and everything else. Now, plugin 4, there's nothing there. You can put a plugin there. So if you have a menu, all you have to do is just go to the hard drive, and it will select the hard drive. Okay, give it a second here. This thing, I don't understand why it takes so long, but it does. Okay, and let's say you want to put another plugin in. Okay, well, let's say you want to use XE Cheats. Okay, well, hit it. There it is. Okay, and then what you do is you hit RB, bring it down to HDD, hit X to save it, settings saved at launch any, and then hit B to back out, and then restart the console, and your menu will be available. Okay? That's simple. Now what we'll do is we'll go ahead and we will remove that for right now. And now I will save that, X and B. That's it. Okay? There's a lot of things to learn about Dash Launch. I suggest that you let your fingers do the walking and learn on YouTube on how to use Dash Launch and all that other stuff. Anyway, Jarrett, thank you for your business. I greatly do appreciate it. We're going to be shipping it off tomorrow. You'll have a tracking number by tomorrow evening. Guys, thanks for hanging with me. I hope that you all have a great day. Be safe, be careful. If not, name it after me, and I'll talk to you all later. You all take it easy. Have a good one. I got consoles to build. See you later.